They're attracted by the non-Muslim girls, because they don't wear the hijab, etc. So that's the reason that the Muslim women aren't getting married. What about the Muslim girl? Sister, my advice to you is, as a brother of yours, that it is good, alhamdulillah, these type of boys aren't marrying you. And even if they offer to marry you, you should not marry them.
Thank you for the advice.
Because our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that when you look for a life partner, there are 4 things in which a person looks for: beauty, wealth, nobility, and virtue. And the best among them is virtue. It's virtue. If you know that the Muslim boy, who's a namesake Muslim, a good Muslim boy will never look at a woman, even if she's not in hijab. These Muslims may be namesake Muslims, as the Quran says. There are lip service Muslims. Lip service Muslims who say they are Muslim, but they aren't Muslim in the heart. So you as a Muslim, as a good Muslim woman who does the hijab, even if these boys offer to marry you, you should say, my beloved Prophet said, I should marry those men who are virtuous. You are not a virtuous man. You should not marry them. Inshallah, Allah will give you a better match. And regarding that who will marry the Muslim woman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the provision, alhamdulillah. It is preferable. It's preferable to marry a bit late, though the Prophet said, marry as early as possible. In Sahih Bukhari, volume number 7, chapter number 3, hadith number 4, the Prophet said, oh young people, whoever has the means to get married should get married. This situation will never prevent you from getting married. It will only prevent you from getting involved in a person who's wrong. So my advice, sister, is that don't go after such men and don't even desire to marry such men. Inshallah, Allah will give you a better match.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Muhammad Sarwar Farooqi. My question is to Dr. Naik. Why you always deliver your lecture in English on Islam? Why not in Urdu or in our national language, which can be better understood by everybody?
That was asked a very good question, that why do I always give the lecture in English? Why not in Urdu or the language understood, since Urdu is the national language? Brother asked a very good question. The reason, brother, that I give in English, because I've got more command over English as compared to Urdu. I can speak Urdu, I can speak Hindi, but I don't have a command, as good command as I have over English. The psychology, they tell us that the language in which you dream is your mother tongue. The language in which you dream is my mother tongue. My mother has a tongue, but if you ask me, according to psychologists, which is my mother tongue? The best language which I can speak, I can write, I can think is in English. So that way, English is my mother tongue. Not that I'm Angrez ki aulad. But it is the language you can dream in, the language you're most comfortable becomes your mother tongue. The reason I give in English is because my study on comparative religion is based in English. Now, if for example, if I read ayat of the Quran, I know several ayat, alhamdulillah, by heart, and I know English better, I've memorized the translation, I translate. Now if I give in Urdu, from Arabic to English, from English to Urdu, there may be mistakes. And if I do a freehand translation, I may misquote the hadith, I may misquote the Quran. Therefore, I prefer sticking to English. Not that speaking in Urdu is wrong. It's good, alhamdulillah. And besides that, there are hundreds and thousands of people in India who speak in Urdu. How many speakers do you know in India who speak in English? How many do you know? How many?
Sir, the question is that those who understand English, they have some test. Those who do not, then there is no craze from your speech. This is the only question.
There is no?
No craze from your speech.
There's no craze. The brother asked a question that those who understand English, they have craze from my lecture, they desire to hear my lecture. Those who don't understand, they don't desire. Brother, my job is not that people should desire to hear my lecture. My job is to spread Islam in the best way possible. What I said today in India, there are hundreds of ulama who know Urdu. Hundreds you have. If I speak in Urdu, I'll be another drop in the ocean. How many people speak in English? So whatever the requirement is, I should fulfill. I don't say speaking in Urdu is wrong. It's good, alhamdulillah. But those who say that Urdu is the Islamic language, I disagree with them. Arabic is the Islamic language. And I've given the talk, Al-Quran should be read with understanding. Arabic is the Islamic language. After Arabic, if you say Urdu is the second Islamic language, I disagree. Any other language after Arabic has equal value. In India, people know more Hindi, more Urdu. I'm for it that more people should speak in Urdu and Hindi. But I, brother, speak more outside India than India. I'm a person who prefers doing dawah on an international level. Now, internationally, English can be understood more than Urdu. Alhamdulillah, by Allah's grace, the programs of mine are shown on the satellite in hundreds of countries in the world. If I speak in Urdu, it will be limited to India and Pakistan, Bangladesh maybe, not outside that. So those who speak in Urdu, alhamdulillah, summa alhamdulillah, they are doing